Welcome to Mamut Tutorials. In this training video, we will provide an introduction to the journal entry module. In doing this, we will enter a detailed invoice from the journal entry module and also record payment from the supplier ledger. First, we will go to the accounting focus area and click journal entry. In the toolbar, you will find several icons, which include new, insert entry line, save, delete, select accounting year, update ledger, shortcuts to various functions, net/gross mode, journal templates, and user settings. Before we start the journal entry, we will go through the user settings and customize the columns based on our needs. To do this, we click on the user settings icon and select columns. Here we can select which columns we want to appear in the journal entry screen by clicking Show Column. By ticking Enter Stop, the cursor will stop on the field when we use the Enter key during journal entry. We then click the Functions tab. Here we can go through all the settings and tick off whatever suits our requirements. We tick Automatic New Journal. We then click OK to save changes. We are now ready to begin journal entry. We will enter a phone bill that we have received from Telecom Company Limited. We have already set up Telecom Company Limited as a supplier in the Contacts module. If the supplier has not been created previously, then we also have the ability to create the contact when we begin journal entry. We must first check that we are in the correct accounting year. Then we click the New button. We can also press the plus button on the keyboard. We will now set the desired journal type, entry date and period. Since we are entering a telephone bill, we will set the journal type to Purchase Invoice. In the nominal code column, we enter the supplier number of Telecom Company Limited. If we do not remember what this number is, we can enter the nominal code 2100 and then press Enter. This will bring up a list of all suppliers. We find Telecom Company Limited and press Enter on the keyboard. Here we will fill in the invoice number, the invoice date and due date. Once this information is completed, we click OK. Alternatively, we can press the plus button on the keyboard. In the double entry field, we will enter in the double entry nominal code. If we are unsure of what account to use, we can type in the word telephone in the field and press Enter. This will bring up the chart of accounts that lists all the accounts that start with the word telephone. We only have one account called telephone/fax, so we press Enter again. If we want to see the full chart of accounts instead, we must press the minus key on the keyboard. We then press Enter until we get to the credit column. Here we enter the amount of the invoice. We enter the value £100 and press Enter. We can now see that the journal settles into the bottom window and a new journal number has been created so that we can easily start the next journal. If the user settings have not been ticked for Automatic New Journal, you can press the plus key on the keyboard to bring up a new journal. We will now transfer the journal to the nominal ledger. Note that the journal will not be posted to the ledgers until we confirm this. We then click on the Financials button and click Next. We close the preview and select whether to print the posting journal to the printer or save it as a PDF file. An electronic copy of the posting journal will still be stored in the link specified below. We leave it on the printer and click Complete. The entry will now disappear from the journal entry module and will now be posted to the nominal ledger. We will now enter the payment for the supplier invoice that we have just entered. We can either enter the journal from the contacts card or from the supplier ledger. Here we choose to enter it from the supplier ledger as we click the button for supplier ledger. When we select the supplier, we see that we get the list of open invoices in the lower window. We highlight the invoice and click on the Receipts Payments button. We set the payment date, the nominal code, and the check reference number if a check has been issued. If the account that we wish to make the payment from does not appear here, we must go into the company settings for accounting and add the account to our default Receipts Payments accounts. We click OK, and we'll now get a new warning message. We tick Do not show this message again and click Yes. We now get a confirmation that the payment is entered to the ledger. The entry will now be marked as a closed item in the ledger. If we want to find it again, we must click on the ledger list and select Closed Items and click Update. We have now shown you how to complete a detailed invoice from the Journal Entry module and payment of the supplier invoice from the supplier ledger. More tutorials can be found on our website.